Hello everyone. So earlier this week, Auditography posted a video regarding a lot of the complaints that Audi enthusiasts have regarding the latest crop of models. And having owned Audis for the past 15 years from B7 A4 all the way up to my current Audi SQ7 2025, I was able to see a lot of these complaints firsthand with this B10 loaner that I got. It's my first time with a B10, and I will say that a lot of the complaints are true and valid. Starting with the key fob, as you see, it's very cheap feeling in person. It's just a slab of cheap feeling plastic, no actual emblem here. Versus the key to my SQ7, which felt a lot more premium and what you would expect from a premium brand. Going to the exterior, I did like there's a light here to show where to put your foot to kick and open the trunk release, which is an actually nice touch. And I do like the animation here when you do unlock the car. That's also a super nice touch. And I will give props to Audi for putting real exhaust on this. I previously had a B9 RS5, which had fake exhausts. And it's nice that they listened, though I don't know what's going on here with the cheap plastic fake grille in the back that Audi and Volkswagen seem to be obsessed with these days. Moving on to the rest of the exterior, I feel like it's definitely a less polished exterior compared to the B9 generation. Given that this is a base Q5, I still wouldn't expect it to look as aggressive as, an SQ5 model. But this bumper has too much empty space and just doesn't scream premium as you would expect from an Audi. So we'll move on to the interior and I'll show some of my complaints. So we'll start with the back seat here. As far as the back seat goes, I don't like that there's no premium looking door sill. If you compare that to the front, door sills have a nice illuminated touch here, but it seems like for the B10 generation, on the Q5s at least, they got rid of that completely. Also, you have some really cheap feeling plastics here, and overall the design, again, is just lacking compared to previous generations of Audi, especially when compared to the B9 and B8 generations. Still getting used to these emblems here, but that's a minor detail compared to the rest. Over here, you'll notice that the door switch, or the door lock switch, has a blank switch in place since they decided to move that to this little touch panel here. On the other side, you'll see that there is an actual button for the door lock. It's just disappointing that they just throw this little cheap looking piece here. More cheap plastics here, over here. Soft touch here. Overall, design-wise, getting used to it, but again, just doesn't scream premium. All right, moving on to the interior. Close the door. Nice solid thunk there. We'll go ahead and start it up. Do like the ambient light touches. Do like the sweeping turn signals that light up where the ambient lighting is. But one thing I will notice firsthand is the steering wheel, which shows a traditional 3-spoke. Not sure why Audi keeps insisting on using this type of steering wheel design. New emblems here. And these touch capacitive buttons, which aren't bad, but I definitely miss having a physical scroll wheel here, like all my previous Audis have had. Cheap feeling plastic here. This is no longer padded. Very cheap feeling console over here. And overall, quality has just gone majorly downhill. Not something I would expect from Audi. And seriously, what was Audi thinking here? This is a Premium Plus model, so it doesn't come with the passenger side display. But those who opt out of it just get this hollow piece of black plastic, piano black, which I'm sure will scratch up very easily with use. After living with the new MMI for a day, I will say it's a lot more modern in terms of usefulness, and the UI is very updated compared to what I have on my SQ7. That being said, I do miss having physical buttons for the air conditioning. Similar complaint that I have with a lot of new cars actually. And BMW's iDrive 8.5 and MBUX from Mercedes just seem overall more polished than this new version of MMI. But yeah, after driving this for a few days, I will say it drives better than the Q5 loaners that I've had before and the B9s that I owned in the past. But it just doesn't feel like an Audi anymore. The small details that I used to love on Audis is no longer there. These buttons don't have the same tactile click feel. The click is still there, the clicky button feel, but it's just not as tactile as it once was previously. And if someone said that this was a Mazda or Toyota, no insult to those brands, but this is an Audi, we expect better. And I'm just very disappointed at the fact that, you know, this is a $60,000 car, but the quality is just so lacking and not what I expect from a brand that I used to love so much. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll do a comprehensive review on my other cars later on. But until then, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll hope that Audi corporate starts listening to our complaints and starts improving their decisions going forward.